wedding ceremony goes back to the Middle Ages in England. And when there was going to be a wedding, the village people would get stuck into the mead, which was a very alcoholic beverage made from honey. And it was a good time for other villages and tribes to ride into the village to steal the horses and some women. You notice the priority: horses first, women second. And so the best man in a medieval English wedding, in fact, was the best fighter in the tribe. That's why he was called best man. Can you fight? And the other gentlemen are called grooms. Why are they called grooms? Because they were there to look after the horses. That's a bit of it was. Would you like to respond, please? Tell us some stories about being a best man, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Ryan. Yay, Ryan.
How's everyone doing out there? Now, I thought I might do my speech standing next to Mark rather than over on the lectern. We've always stood together, so why not continue that now?
Yes. Well done.
So, there comes a time in a man's life when they meet their one true love, their soulmate. Someone to look up to, someone to share their life with. This happened 30 years ago for Mark, when he met me. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Mark's younger brother, Ryan. I was indescribably honoured and proud when Mark asked me to be his best man. We've always been comrades in arms. Fire stage here. Since Liz has been with Mark, I've seen Mark grow happier, more confident, and a little bit more arrogant every day, which is justified considering the woman that he's just married. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark has harnessed the trifecta. Not only is Liz extraordinarily smart, she possesses cinematic beauty, but she also has that rare and enduring quality that pulls people to her to have a laugh and a chat. From the Best Man Speech book that Mark gave me, thanks for the support, mate, I know that above all else, it's the duty of the best man to make a favourable comment about the appearance of the bride. Liz, we always knew you were beautiful, but with my limited vocabulary, when I saw you in church today, the word that popped into my mind was luminous. Mark, you're a very lucky man. I'd also like to thank the bridesmaids for looking so spectacular today. But, to be honest, they've clearly outshone my two offsiders. Now to Mark. A younger brother always has to strive to live up to the legacy set by his older brothers. This is particularly the case in the school years. Mark and I were only separated by 18 months, and as a result, we were constantly being compared to by teacher and peers. Mark. Thanks, Andrew. Mark excelled on the sporting field. The teachers would always recount stories of his grace, speed, and sheer athleticism, as on a Thursday night they saw him sprint through the creek home instead of to football training. Mark's athleticism continues to be displayed today, with a vast collection of Adidas tracksuits hanging like a trophy cabinet in his wardrobe. behind Mark in the field of academia. He excelled in graphics, art, and any other subject that could be drawn in 10 minutes, or on the bus on the way to school even. To my dismay, his artwork was hailed as cutting edge, brilliant. He was always known as the creative one, whilst my hidden talents lay in late 90s TV commercials and the odd extras role on Neighbours.
Red Rooster.
Mark places great value on family. He's worked with Dad for 10 years, 5 of which I was lucky enough to be part of the team. Mark, through those 5 years, was a boss, sometimes, a mentor, most importantly, and a best friend. He taught me to think strategically, attend to detail, never give up, trust in myself, and most importantly, he taught me how to stretch a 10 a.m. coffee into a 3 p.m. lunch. When Mark and Liz first met, unfortunately, I was overseas. But from what I hear, it was a magical, romantic, and elegant encounter at the Royal Hotel in Mornington on Christmas Eve. The deep impression Liz left on Mark was clear from the start. I received an urgent telephone call to my hostel in Prague. On the line, Mum wanted to tell me about the new girl. She's always loved a good gossip. A few years later, my older brother Adam had his first child, Tom, and for our family, the first nephew. Naturally, we were all excited and rushed straight to the hospital. Me, in my usual form, picked up something special at the gift shop in the hospital. But not Liz. Liz, with an act that sums her up perfectly, presented Tom with a hand-stitched quilt that she'd made prior to the birth. This is like so many other examples I have of Liz, where she's prepared to put time, care and heart into making somebody else's day that little bit better. It is clear to all those that know them, Mark and Liz bring out the best in each other, which is a successful recipe for a long and happy marriage. Liz and Mark's differences are what make them work. Mark is a grand ideas, creative, big picture kind of person. Liz is practical and focused on detail. Mark is an entrepreneur, capable of new and innovative concepts. Liz is a lawyer. Liz is kind, thoughtful, and always keen for a chat. Mark is not. Liz strives for perfection every day. Mark already thinks he's perfect. Liz is very beautiful, as we can all see today. Mark, well, let's just say Mark has a lot of personality. The fact of the matter is that Mark and I have stood shoulder to shoulder for 30 years to take on the world. Liz, you could not have found a better ally, friend, and life partner standing next to you to take on anything that comes. So, I'd now like to make a toast to Liz and Mark, so if everyone could please stand, charge their glasses. May the love that radiates out of you both today continue to fill your lives with an abundance of joy. And may that joy light your path throughout your lives. To Mark and Liz.
Mark and Liz.